on in here. In the meantime, I'm having a bad hair day. You ever put your hair in a style and then realize that style is not working with the things you got to do today? So like every 5 minutes, every time I move my head, all my hair is going in my eyes. And I thought that this head tie here was really going to do the trick and hold this mass amount of hair back, but it ain't working, ain't working. It's all good. Anyway, welcome to the weekly vibe. Welcome to the weekly vibe. Welcome to the weekly vibe. Vibing through the week on a high street. Welcome to the weekly vibe. Welcome to that weekly vibe. Welcome, come and feel this weekly vibe. We're gonna get through this week high vibe. All right, that didn't rhyme, but I'm trying to think of like some kind of opening song for the weekly vibe forecast, and that was not it. But that was to give you guys some time to get up in the room, come into my sacred space, come into this home I've created on YouTube for light workers, and let's get some light going into this week ahead. I can use it. Oh God, let me give y'all an update. I have been dealing with a lot of different things. Like, you ever feel like every 5 minutes your focus is shifted to focus on something else? Like, just when you think, okay, I got that taken care of, now I could focus on this, it's like something else arises. So it's just been that kind of energy lately where it's like tying up loose ends. Wherever your focus is shifted, it pretty much probably means there's some loose ends that need to be tied up or taken care of in that area. And every moon phase, we're going to go through this cycle of full moon illuminating what we overlooked, new moon giving way to new beginnings, and all the moon phases in between. Not to say they're less important, but those are the two that I focus on that affect my collective the most intensely. And whenever a different cycle of the moon or phase of the moon stands out, then I address it for the collective. But anyway, if you're new here, if you're just popping in because you saw live, I am aminaheckstall Suma. I am an intuitive guide slash intuitive therapist. I am a certified master spiritual life coach, a professional West African dancer, choreographer, and teacher for over 45 years. And I'm a light worker's light worker. So I'm here to also assist and hopefully inspire other light workers to get in alignment with their path. Okay. Well, not with their path, with their purpose. Okay. Because as I always say on this channel, you're always on the right path. You just got to get into the right energy, the right vibration to align with the things that you want to experience on your path. So let's just clear the space. I'm in a very positive vibe. For once, I'm seeing, like, I don't want to say for once because that's showing lack of gratitude, but I'm seeing things moving. I'm seeing my efforts um, finally bearing fruit and results. So when you see that, it gets you excited and it gets you more in alignment with what you want to call in. So that's why I be telling God sometimes, like, yo, give us a little something. Because if you do that, then that automatically shifts us into alignment. But God and the ancestors said, no, that would, what would you learn if we just said, here you go? So I had to get through a learning process, and hopefully I got through it because it seems like doors are opening. Um, and I hope the same for you guys, where it's like, I feel to say, and this just came to me, so somebody needs to hear this. If you've been experiencing like a lot of good fortune or just feeling like things are shifting, the energy is lifting, do not let your conditioned self tell you not to get excited, because that happens sometimes. Like, you'll be like, oh my God, I see things happening, I see things moving, and your conditioned self will be like, remember the last time we saw things that looked like things were flowing, things were moving? What happened? Mm. it didn't maintain that momentum, or it looked like it, but it wasn't, you know. And so it can kind of make you say, yeah, I see shifts, but not get fully into alignment with them. So the objective, you guys, is when you feel a shift happening, when you see change happening, celebrate it, even if it's little, even if it's very little, celebrate it. Okay. What I've been going through for the last few days, just for a little tea on me, I've been dealing with boundaries, like how much access I give people to me, and how much I allow um, myself to give to people who don't reciprocate the energy. And that included everybody, not just like strangers or coworkers, but family members, friends. I was looking at everything under a magnifying glass, my relationship with everyone around me. And I think this new moon is meant to do that. The new moon that's coming, it's coming this week on the 24th. All right. And I will have a lunar vibes forecast for it. But I really feel like it's new beginnings in relationships, and relationships not just with other people, but with yourself as well. How do you treat yourself? You know what I'm saying? How do you teach others to treat you? And I think that is what this new moon's going to be showing. And where are you like not giving yourself a pat on the back? Because it's a new moon in Leo coming. It's about pleasure, fun, enjoying yourself, recreation, doing the things that make you feel young, and doing things with children even. So if you've been feeling like you can feel a change happening, the objective with this new moon is to really start to celebrate it, start to get into alignment with feeling good about good coming in, and that'll just keep the momentum going. Okay. So I just felt like that needed to be said to the collective. But otherwise, I'm really excited about this week because I think that I've done a good job in pulling my energy back from certain people, really observing um, how I'm treated by certain people, and deciding where my energy is going to be placed. And this is like community wise. Like I said, anybody can get it. So I'm encouraging everyone to do the same thing. If you've been feeling like your relationships with people in general, and not just intimate relationships, but relationships with people in general, have been kind of like not up to your standards of how you want to experience relationships, then it's time for you to take a look at where you need to set boundaries, and in some cases where your boundaries may be a little crazy, you know, and that's why maybe no one could get in, um, except other people who have very, very high boundaries. And then y'all end up alone in your own little world. But and that's not bad either. Not judging that. But the time is now for the light workers to come together. So it's necessary to create boundaries with those that just want to drain you and don't want to give back energy. And sometimes there's places you're meant to put your energy that you're not necessarily going to get that gratitude, but this ain't one of them moon cycles for that. This moon cycle is about that's coming up. This moon cycle is about your pleasure. What do you enjoy? What is fun for you? What is recreational? Getting yourself out of this work mindset and getting more into a what makes me feel like I have all the time in the world. Those are the experiences you want right now. The ones that make you feel like a kid again, that make you feel young and in awe, and seeing new things and new experiences that are fun, not like work oriented, or um I was going to say it don't even have to be spiritual, just something you enjoy. That is the focus. And setting boundaries with those who um you have to show how to teach you, because perhaps they're just not, I don't know what to say, not giving. So anyway, with all that said, we're going to take some deep breaths. I'm going to give you a card for the focus for the week, your action card. You're going to get a hand mudra. We're going to do a pick a hand mudra. So you're going to, in fact, I'm going to give you each your own focus. You'll do a pick a focus with it'll come with a hand mudra. For those who aren't aware of what that is, a hand mudra is a position you put your hands in um, that can either activate healing of certain parts of the body as well as the mental and the spiritual. Also assists you in focusing on the attributes that the hand mudra can bring. So even doing this when you pray is a hand mudra. Okay, this is known as the Anjali hand mudra, and it can also lower your blood pressure, by the way. That's some things that y'all, if you take some of my courses, you start learning about these hand mudras. But they're very powerful. And you can do them walking, in your sleep. Well, I don't know about in your sleep, but you can do them anytime. So anyway, I'm starting to sweat, and that means the ancestors are like, get on with it. So we're gonna take our deep breaths. We're gonna get into the opening. Yeah, I'm just getting to the opening. And after all that running my mouth. And yeah. Now you can have your eyes open, you could close your eyes. What I want you to do right now, and closing your eyes would probably be the best bet. I just want you to clear your mind and think of having fun this week. What could you do this week that would be fun for you? And even if it's not taking a direct action, maybe it's starting to plan to do something fun. Because it's not always like when the new moon shows up, you're ready to take action. Some people, they get confused. They think new moon means new start something right now. Not always. It can mean begin the planning process. So for example, if recreation and fun to you is going to an amusement park, but you can't go this week, you don't have the time, start to plan it this week. Start looking at online how much it's going to cost you. Start budgeting. And what'll happen is the universe will start to shift things into alignment because that's what you're focusing on to help you manifest it. Okay. So let's breathe. I just want you to close your eyes and just daydream like you having fun, having a good time, doing things that make you feel giddy. Okay. Close your eyes. I should give y'all your hand mudras first. No, because I don't want you to focus on nothing except fun. So let's go. Close your eyes. All right. You can sit on the floor or you can have your feet planted on the ground, seated in a chair. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale. This crystal sound bowl is connecting to your third eye chakra. Take a deep breath in. It'll assist you in receiving messages that may come in, visions that you need to see at this time. And exhale out. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. And breathe in. And exhale. Visualize yourself, daydream. See yourself having fun, good times. And breathe deeply in and out. Finding your own rhythm in sync with the universe's flow and heartbeat. see the week you want to experience ahead, or to see yourself enjoying yourself in the coming days. Doing things that are fun, doing things that express yourself creatively, doing things that assist you with stepping into your authenticity, doing things that help you feel youthful, energized, happy. And breathe into these visions, these daydreams, these manifestations. And feel them. Feel the excitement. Feel the joy. Because if you don't feel it, you can't make it real. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your emotions. You are having this experience on a 5D level. So it is real. Now you just need to bring it into your 3D. Joy and happiness. That's the focus. And connecting to the breath. Breathe. Deep breaths in, bringing in fresh new air into your lungs, into your body. And then deep breaths out, visualizing anything that no longer serves a purpose in your body flowing out. Now let's slowly begin to return to the space you're in. Breathe. But don't lose that feeling as you return to the space that you are in. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale out. Another deep breath in as you are returning energetically back into the space you're sitting in. Start to move your feet. Exhale. Start to stretch out your legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep breath in, taking in light and love, feeling the support of your spirit guides. And exhale out, releasing any stress, any worries, any shame, any guilt. Let it all go. Let go and let God, or let your guides. Slowly open your eyes. That was one more click, random. And welcome back. I hope that you were able to really zone out, like really zone out and daydream, like childlike daydream. Just fun, just relaxed. Okay. And I hope nobody was daydreaming about work. I said things that you consider fun. Now, if you consider your job fun, your career is something that you consider to be a good time, then yeah, okay. But if it comes to overwhelm of responsibility and stress, then that's not what you should have been focusing on. So hopefully everybody did maintain a mindset of fun and relaxation. Well, damn. And so This card already jumped out. I already saw what it is, but I'm about to let you choose your focus card and your mudra before I get into the weekly forecast. So I'm gonna do the number choice. I was gonna let y'all choose by a card, but you know what? Let's choose by number. Okay. So number 1, 2, or 3. I already know what 1 is, and there's 3. So I might be a little biased. At the bottom of the deck for the collective is dreams. Dreams. Didn't I just say daydream? We just daydreamed. The focus this week is going to be on manifesting your dreams. So I got on the right shirt and we just visualized proper. Okay. And it says your keywords. And this is where I always dumb out and forget. Girl, you need your reading glasses. Okay. So your keywords are ambition, independence, and originality this week. So those are the things you want to focus on. You want to focus on your ambitions. You want to focus on your independence and your originality. You may also use those words to inspire those things in your life this week. And your affirmation, your power thought is I am confident. I deserve to be happy. I am confident. I deserve to be happy. And what you may not realize, but you may realize this week, is that a lot of people really admire your abilities and some of your talents and your gifts. And this week, you may hear some expressions of that. Like people may be like, hey, hitting you up to tell you, I've seen what you're doing and it's amazing. You might even just have a special talent or gift as a parent, and somebody might point it out like you're an amazing father or mother, or grandparent or something like that. But you're going to get some kind of, they're calling it a sunshine call, but it's like some kind of a boost that's going to let you that's going to make you feel good, honestly, and let you know you're closer to your dreams of how you want your life to be, how you want things to be for you. So again, I'm confident. I deserve to be happy. All right. So now we got 3 cards here. You can choose your individual focus for the week, but dreams is the overall focus for the collective. All right. Focus on your dreams, your desires, and your visions. Okay. So now you should have already decided 1, 2, or 3 for your week ahead focus. I'm going to give you a hand mudra for each on the spot. If you were drawn to number 1, I'm not going to be drawn to number 1 only because it fell on the floor and I saw what it was and it did make me say, I'm going to choose number 1. Now I'm just going to be, no, I'm not going to choose it. So if you're drawn to number 1, the card is magic and it goes hand in hand with dreams. It lets me know that staying in alignment with your dreams this week can create some kind of magical occurrences. And magic to me always means like you manifesting stuff and being like, oh, snap, it happened. Okay. So your keywords, those that were drawn to the number 1 for this week will be amazement, laughter, optimism, and joy. So try to stay in a state of optimism. Focus on the things that make you feel joyful and plan some experiences that will bring either amazement, like something new to you, or time for you to laugh. Like go to a comedy show or watch a comedy on TV or talk to some friends, the friends that you know are gonna have you rolling, that are funny. Because that energy is what is needed to create some magic right now. That energy of just feeling optimistic that everything is fine. Okay. Your power thought, my ones, is I smile from the inside out. I excel in everything I do. I smile from the inside out. I excel at everything I do. And you can say these affirmations like when you wake up in the morning, write it down, post it on your mirror in the bathroom. You can post it on your wall, wherever you know you'll see it every morning. And I smile from the inside out. I excel in everything I do. And don't just say it, feel it. If you've been following me long enough, if you've been in my workshops, you know that STEAM affirmations are powerful only if you feel them. All affirmations are, but some people will just tell you, hey, you can write it 20 times and it'll manifest. If you say it 10 times a day, it'll manifest. No, if you feel it, that's how it manifests. Because if you don't really feel it in your body as being fact, you're not going to see it in your reality. So feel it when you say it. They're also suggesting this week, maybe go out and do something like listen to music, get a pedicure, a massage, hang out with friends, anything that brings like optimism and joy and laughter into your life. And something you don't realize is a wonderful journey has just begun. So you're gonna have a high vibe week ahead, my ones. You might feel like things are just magically falling into place for you. So let's get you a hand mudra to go along with this vibe. You got to get this hard ass mudra. Purification is the focus of this mudra. It's the Vishuddha mudra. Look at these fingers. My fingers are not flexible, y'all. And I got to try to show you this. Okay. I don't do this mudra, apparently. And this mudra is, I believe it activates the throat chakra. Um, Yeah. All right. So it assists us with mental clarity, purity, spaciousness. It enhances circulation to neck, throat, and thyroid. It aligns the cervical spine, releases tension from the neck and the jaw, and helps to purify your thoughts and any limiting beliefs. This is a good one. So here's the hard part. Let's try it. Bring the tips of the thumbs to touch the base of the ring fingers. Okay. Allow all other fingers to extend outward away from the body. Rest the backs of the hands on the tops of the thighs. Relax shoulders down and align the spine. Wait, that's it? Oh, it looked harder than it was. All right. This is pretty much the position. And then you're putting the hands on the tops of your thighs, relaxing your shoulders down and sitting up straight. All right. Now, if you have hypertension and hyperthyroid, it says use caution, but I say don't do it. Pick a different pal. Okay. Pick a different pal's hand mudra. But your focus is by embracing purity on all levels, I open to greater expansion. By embracing purity on all levels, I open to greater expansion. All right. So let's move on. If you were drawn to the number 2, your focus for the week ahead is travel. Travel has been coming up so much for the collective. I'm gonna go with number 3 though, because I mean, yeah, I already know I'm gonna be traveling. So this is for somebody else. So your keywords this week are flexibility. So maybe you ain't expecting to travel, but some plans may arise or an opportunity may present itself. Other keywords are change, exuberance, and excitement. All right. So you want to use these words this week. You also want to look for opportunities to experience flexibility, being able to just change and say, okay, I'm gonna go to this place, or I'm gonna move, or I want to just go see something else, and just be ready for that change and that switch up, even if you weren't expecting to do it. And staying in this vibe of excitement, like travel to me means expansion in many ways. So that is always exciting. Your affirmation, your power thought, my twos is I am always on the right path. I choose happiness. I am always on the right path. I choose happiness. Mm. And you should plan a long weekend or take a week's vacation or something. They're suggesting that you take some kind of vacation or start to plan to do one. So if you were drawn to 2, think about coming on my trip. Get me. Start planning. All right. But anyway, maybe you got other things to do. Like I'm going to a conference next month. Maybe you need to be traveling to festivals and conferences this summer. All right. And your news flash, something you might not realize is that it's time for you to let go and relax. You live in a friendly universe. If you've been very serious and not really relaxing and working like I felt for this collective, a lot of our issue is we get tied up in focusing on one thing we want to make happen or multiple things and we get scattered. Now it's time for you to be like, all right, just let go and trust that, source, God, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever you call Olodumare, is working, all right, for you. You don't have to push so much. You don't have to worry so much. It's time for you to take a break. And travel is being suggested. So the hand mudra you got, my twos, it activates the sacral chakra. Now, I haven't been showing y'all where these chakras are. I'm just assuming everybody is a regular here. Pal 1, throat chakra. I don't want to mess up my mic, but it's right here, okay? Not here like a lot of people think. It's right there, okay? Sacral chakra is right beneath your belly button, right in that, well, for me, fleshy area, blubber, fat from my C-sections, but it's right under your belly button and above your pelvic bone, okay? And it vibrates to the color orange. Throat chakra vibrates to the color blue. So if you want to activate these chakras, wearing the colors and visualizing them in the places of the body they exist can activate them there energetically. So twos, back to you. Reassurance is what your hand mudra activates, and it's the Shanka mudra. I've done this one before. Okay. So the Shanka mudra assists you with inner well-being, inner nourishment, and safety. It relieves tension and assists pelvic and prostate issues. It enhances circulation in reproductive and urinary systems. It's calming and it's also stabilizing. Okay. So grab your left thumb with the right hand, curl the left hand over the right hand, touch the tip of the right thumb to the tips of the what? To the tips of the left index. All right, there we go. Middle to the tips of the all three of them. The index, what the hell? The middle and the ring finger. Okay, there we go. I have to loosen my grip on my thumb. Relax shoulder and belly and find your natural breath. So where you holding it right here, I believe, in your sacral area. Whoa, that was a little, okay, I think this is it. I'm just doing it, making it more complicated than it is. Okay. And your focus. Self-assurance guides me to perfect well-being. Self-assurance guides me to perfect well-being. All righty. And last but not least, if you're drawn to the number 3, your focus is home. Okay, you'll be focusing on the home this week. Perhaps fixing the home, moving homes. Yeah. So your keywords are practicality, challenge, power, and foundation. Use these words this week. Also, look at ways you can have these experiences. If there are challenges in your home, start to look at how you can address them and fix them. If you are not feeling like your home is your sacred space, or it's your place where you can replenish and recharge your power, start to fix that. If you need a more stable foundation, maybe where you live, it's rental, it's temporary, and you want something more permanent, it's time to start thinking about that. Okay. This is a new moon week. So this is a great time to start to make moves that will give way to new beginnings. Okay. And your affirmation, your power thought is, my home is my sanctuary. I am safe. My home is my sanctuary. I am safe. Okay. So yeah, they suggest to do some gardening, rearrange furniture, paint a room. But I'm also hearing for some of you, start to look to move. Okay. It might be time to get out of that environment you're in. You might have outgrown it energetically. All right. And something you don't notice, a newsflash that may surprise you this week. If you buy yourself a gift this week, it's going to fill the well and boost your energy. You deserve it. So don't be hesitant in buying something nice for your house, or something you can enjoy at home, or something that makes your home feel more like your sacred sanctuary. Because what it's going to do is it's going to give you an energetic boost. And your guides are saying you also deserve it. Maybe you don't gift yourself enough, or when you do, you feel guilty. Okay. All right. So this pal, you're activating the heart mudra this week. Very interesting. This mudra is a part of the steam hand mudra dance, and it activates inner guidance. It's the Hridaya mudra, the easiest one. So I'm happy I chose 3. Okay. It assists us with insight, self-compassion, and safety. All right. It supports the heart and respiratory system. It releases tension in the chest and the ribs. It assists the immune system and cultivates trust and inner knowledge. And all you're doing is placing the right hand over the heart, Placing the left hand on top of the right hand, relaxing the shoulders and lengthening the spine. And your focus, I listen openly and honor the voice of my heart. I listen openly and honor the voice of my heart. Follow your heart this week. I heard that as a side note for my threes. Where your heart guides you is the right way this week. So don't second guess where you are feeling guided. And now, with that out the way, I know people was like, all right, so when do we get to the forecast? I got some new cards, so I'm excited to use them, but they're kind of slippery, so I hope they don't go flying. They already went flying out my hand yesterday when I opened it up. I said, dang, went flying all over the floor. But I said, maybe that's because it's time for me to use them. And I have not used these yet, so you guys are getting exclusive new cards. Curious Travels Tarot deck. I don't always, say what the decks are that I use for selfish reasons. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of guides on these channels, and sometimes I want some cards that don't nobody else got. You know what I'm saying? I make my own though too, but you know what I'm saying? All right. So this is going to be the 7-day forecast, and I have a deck that I'm going to use for clarity. All right. This one is going to give us more clarity if it's not clear exactly what the vibe of the day is. And when I tell y'all, it must be some powerful energy this week. It's very rare that I do the weekly forecast and the ancestors are all over me. Right now, I'm like feeling like I have so much heat on my back. Like I feel like I'm sweating across my lip. I know my face probably looks like it's shiny. That's sweat, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I gotta laugh sometimes when they mess with me. They said, girl, if you don't be quiet, get his reading. So I'm gonna take these cards because they jumped out. They jumped out. So I'm gonna look at these as a little collective vibe for the entire week, but we're gonna look at those last. Let's get through this week ahead first. Okay. These cards are hard to shuffle because there's so many of them. So I have to shuffle them like in two different decks. One half and the other. I think it's like 108 cards. Okay. So let's get right into it. Let's start with, matter of fact, I will start with the collective vibe for this week. Let's see what these cards are saying, because these cards down here are really just for clarity. They're not really tarot. They weren't really meant to be a part of the session, but here we go. So I am seeing, we have the card Bodybuilder, Chocolate, Flamingos, It's Time, and Birdcage. So I'm going to show you the cards and I'll explain to you kind of what they're saying about this week ahead. I just wish the ancestors would lay off just a little bit. I'm melting, y'all. I'm melting. And I forgot to bring my water over here with me. Woo! Okay. So this week I do see some focus on your physical. Maybe you're going to feel like I need to work out more. Maybe you might feel like joining a gym, but there's going to be something about improving yourself, self-improvement, wanting to improve. I feel like it's really your discipline in taking care of your body, maintaining your physical. Okay. So I'm also seeing with chocolate here, there's some sweetness, there's some love coming in this week because we have chocolate and flamingo side by side. Okay. So I do see some emotions being expressed through communication this week that can shift relationships, either long-term relationships or energy that feels like it could be long-term is going to be made obvious. Twin flames may find they're uniting this week. You might find you run into your soulmate. You might but I see romance and stuff this week. Okay. I see romance. And even for some of you, I'm hearing romancing yourself. Maybe taking yourself out to eat, treating yourself to something, doing something for you, all right, that brings some fun and sweetness into your life. Because that's also good for the physical. When you are emotionally good, the physical heals and is more able to shift and change. Ooh, my stomach just said, talking about the physical, and you ain't feed your physical. My stomach just growled. I hope it ain't gonna do that for the whole session. All right. So we also have for this week, it's time for action. Things are fast tracked to unfold quickly and smoothly, but I'm also seeing some people feeling trapped. Maybe you're looking at other people on social media. Maybe you're feeling like other people are getting opportunities and doing things that you wish you could be doing, and you feel like you are unable to do it. Social media is the devil in that way a lot for light workers, because while we're going through what we have to go through in order to get into alignment with our purpose, we're watching people who are not doing self work soar. And it can kind of make you feel like you're stuck. It can make you become jealous. It can make you stalk people's pages just to see what they're doing and comparing your life to them, to theirs, and what they're doing. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So it's time for you to free yourself. I feel like this week is necessary to take some days off from social media. If you're somebody who has to work on social media, do your work and get off, because I do see it influencing. That's the only thing I'm seeing for the collective for the week so far on the negative side, is that you could get trapped in looking at what everybody else is doing and comparing yourself and stopping your manifestations, because now you're in the energy of lack, you're in the energy of jealousy, you're in the energy of illusion, feeling like I can't do these things that I want to do when you can. All right, because you have a yes here. This week it's time for action. So if you want to do something, start planning. That's an action. Sometimes you've been doing too much, and an action for you will be to rest, to stop, to chill. Okay, whatever the case may be, things are going to be unfolding quickly this week that you might be like, oh my God. But what I'm hearing is things that you put into motion already, that you probably thought, oh, that didn't work, that didn't happen, it's not going to manifest. This week, you're going to be like, oh shit, this is happening. Okay. So they're saying, get yourself together, get prepared for that, and free your mind from this any self-imposed restrictions you might be placing on your ability to manifest the things you want. Yeah, that's the word for today, in case you didn't know. So some of you are going to be finding the love of your life in the form of a person. Some of you may be finding your niche, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, my calling. And some of you are going to find that it's time to build a better relationship with you, okay, and romance yourself. But overall, I do see your physical being very important. So everybody find some way to work out this week, even if you just take a walk around your block, you know. Now let's look at each day. Okay. That was the collective vibe for this week. So let's start with, I know I always end with the following Saturday, but by the time this Saturday comes, the vibe might have switched up, might have forgot. So it's early enough. Let's see the vibe for today. Let's look at today's vibe. Now, I might pick from different spots in this deck only because it's new, so I don't think it's shuffled very well. So I'm going to pick around where I'm guided. So today's vibe, what do we got? We have the King of Cups. So today could be an emotional day. You might be feeling in your feels sometime today. The objective for today, I feel, is to maintain emotional stability. Ground your emotions. If something's starting to get to you and you can feel your emotions starting to bubble up, get into that hand mudra position and bring yourself back down. Because I feel like for many of you, it might be something unexpected today. And we have the Phoenix as a clarification card for today. So I do feel like this is a new era for you. Things may be ending today that could get you in your feelings. You might have been experiencing people passing away. You might have been experiencing people changing. You might be feeling like, I'm not the same person I was a couple of days ago or a couple of months ago. And you're meant to really have your rebirth today. So where you might have at one point been emotionally distressed, losing it over things that didn't go the way you expected, it's like you're kind of going to be going with the flow today. And if not, that's the suggestion. Just something's not going your way. Okay. And you just get your emotions prepared to deal with that, to accept it. All right. It's a rebirth today of how you respond to things rather than react. And that's not to say there's going to be a whole bunch of crazy stuff to deal with, but I feel like there may be things that could emotionally get to you. Um, like for example, this morning I had an experience, so that might I see where the energy is coming, what it's talking about. Because I got up this morning and I got a message telling me, oh, the kids will be back this evening. And I thought they were coming back tomorrow evening. So it kind of put me in an emotional feeling like, oh my God, I can't even just get the a full weekend to myself and blah blah. And then I said, you know what? You had 2 nice days and you're good. You're all right. And so I was able to swallow the emotions that wanted to come to the surface, like, you know. So I feel like it might be things like that. Nothing too serious. Let's check the vibe for tomorrow before my stomach kicks my ass because it's trying its best. All right. So we got Sunday's vibe. We have the Four of Wands. Hmm. Very unusual Four of Wands card. Okay. So with the Four of Wands, tomorrow there may be a focus on your stability and your home. Interest in that home came in that up in that pick a pile. You may find that you are looking at your home life, looking at moving, looking at fixing the home, just looking at where things are need to be more stable. Maybe your home doesn't feel like a stable place for you. But for some of you, I see a union. Maybe you're going to decide to move in with somebody else. I just see matters with a change in the home being the focus tomorrow. And anything else for tomorrow? We got Miss Annie Oakley coming through. The Peerless Lady Wing Shot. Crack Shot is the card. And it's about focusing on a target and really being able to hit your mark. I feel like many of us here in this collective have moved a lot or have had times where you needed to think about changing your house or restructuring your home. And I do think that you're very competent at doing so, but there may be some energy now that makes you feel like you can't. Either you're looking for a mate. I'm getting some of you may find like, oh, I found this person that I'm really feeling like is my person. And maybe they can bring a new element into my home. They may have already come in and you're experiencing that. But I'm also hearing some of you may just be wanting to build a better foundation. And I do see you being pretty good at this. Like, I don't see you needing to worry and stress. So if there's anything around your home tomorrow that is kind of raising awareness that you need to do something about it, just know that you'll be great at it. Don't feel like, oh my God, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Um Ask for help where you need assistance. I'm hearing that strong. And just know that anybody that tries to get in the way, because I do see also some concern that maybe what you want to do to your home, someone else might not agree. Maybe you want to move somewhere and you feel like people aren't going to agree. Maybe you want to marry somebody or commit to someone that a lot of people don't really feel. Um, it's like you need to just be clear cut with what you want to do and go towards it and do it. All right. That's all I'm hearing with that. All right. Moving on to Monday's vibe. I hope that was clear. So Monday, you have the Three of Wands. Something you've been waiting on, something you've been expecting, and maybe not really expecting. It's like when you're waiting for your ship to come in, but you're starting to feel like you're waiting in vain, and then you see it on the horizon. It's the vibe for Monday. You might have been doing something, you might have been wanting something, wishing for something, looking out for something, and for a long time feeling like a fool. This isn't happening, this isn't manifesting. Monday, something's going to surprise you. Where you're going to be like, oh my God, I see it coming in. It might not be arriving on the shore right then or docking, but it's like you're going to start to see it. And that is going to build momentum, because when you start to feel like you see things moving, it puts you into the vibration of anticipation and excitement. And that is the vibration you need to be in for this new stuff, these new things to come in. Clarifying that day, we have chess, strategy and planning, chessmate, thinking ahead. And that's what I feel like. I feel like you may have not realized that what you wanted, it took some time. It was like not a game, but sort of like a game. It was necessary for you to learn certain lessons, make certain moves, some choices, and plan and be patient and learn how to make choices and accept the consequences of certain actions. And it's like now you're in a place where what you want can come in. The strategies you've used, the thinking ahead, the tactics, the plans, the course of action you've taken towards certain goals. This Monday, you're going to start to see some results. Okay. And when you do celebrate them, get excited, because that'll keep more good energy coming in. All right. Tuesday's vibe. And I'm gonna pull from the middle. Tuesday, we have the Four of Pentacles. Look how he holding on to that money. Now, what I'm hearing for Tuesday is you may start to see some extra income come in. You may see money showing up, either money you expected, money you might not expected. You might start to see money showing up at a time where you might have been feeling like you didn't have much. And that can cause you to feel like, oh my God, let me hold on tight. I got this money. I'm not doing nothing with it. I'm holding on to it. I'm maintaining it. I'm keeping it. But the side note I'm hearing is that what money you get on Tuesday is meant to leave. And I don't know how to explain that. You're not supposed to diminish all of your funds, but there's something with Tuesday that you're getting blessed with some extra money that's meant to serve a purpose. You might even just get blessed with something you value. It doesn't even have to be cash. It could be something very valuable to you, um, that's meant to assist other people and assist you, not meant for you to cling to and hold on to and covet. Okay. So try not to get into that vibe, because that'll put you right back into an energy of lack. And if I see any lack card on Wednesday, then I know that we're going to struggle Tuesday to shift out of an energy of having to hold on to the things we're getting. Okay. I'm also seeing too, some of you on Tuesday, try not to, and I got to tell myself this too, try not to get down when you feel like people are snatching at your energy. And what that means is, like, say for example, you put up a profile picture of yourself, you got your hair just freshly cut in this new style you like, and you're wearing an outfit that matches the color of your hair. Like a day or two later, you see somebody they changed their profile picture on Facebook. Now they got a similar haircut to yours, same color, and they're wearing an outfit that matches their hair. It can cause you to kind of pull your energy all the way back, because you're like, oh my God, people are out here and they're taking from me, and I'm not flattered by it. So for some of you, you may experience feeling like you have to hold on to ideas, or you have to hold on to things you value, because there's people who want to copy you or take it. All right. So for some of you, I am hearing any opportunities that come in this week, don't put that out there until it's set in stone. Anything you get this week that you value, because look on the sidelines, all these damn people, and you're like on a red carpet, but you're trying to hold on to this moment, to this stuff you value so tight. And it looks like there are a lot of people that want it. So some of you may be in a situation where you're in competition with others, and maybe they're trying to copy your style, take your ideas, whatever the case may be. They're never going to be you. You have your own flavor, but it can affect you to see it when you put energy towards something. So for some of you, I'm hearing you might have to hold on to ideas for a little bit longer. Maybe you get awarded something and you want to just blurt it out to everybody. They're saying Tuesday, hold that down a little bit. But if it's something that comes in the form of wealth, like financial wealth, I am hearing holding on to it is the opposite of what would be good for you. Holding on too tight means you're scared of losing it, meaning you don't trust the universe to provide, and therefore you're going to end up in an energy of lack again. So they're saying when you get that money, if there's something you wanted to do with it, do it. All right. Don't just hold on tight. I'm sorry, that needed to be said because I felt that strong that might be the energy you fall into on Tuesday. And look, use that money for travel. We got double confirmation. If you chose Pile 2 for your focus this week, here's your double confirmation. Tuesday's vibe is airplane, literally. Literally. So you may get an opportunity, some extra funds or something to travel. Okay. And you might be afraid to put your money towards that. You might be kind of like, oh my God, if I do that, I'm broke again. Or if I do that, I don't have that much left after. If I start to plan for this, and that's going to put you in the energy of lack, and you're going to see the momentum go down. All right. Of you receiving. So many of you are meant to invest on Tuesday in some form of travel, long distance travel. This card is about being free, breaking free, no boundaries. Things work out is on this card. So if you're worried, like, oh my God, I don't know, they're letting you know things will work out. Okay. There's your confirmation. So let's look at Wednesday's vibe, because if the vibe goes down, then that means Tuesday, a lot of us are going to struggle with not falling into a lack mindset and holding on too tight to what we receive. So do another little shuffle, see what we got for Wednesday's vibe. Yo, y'all gonna freak out. Wednesday's card, and I'm not familiar with this deck, so I'm gonna have to look in the book, but the card literally says the Travelers, and y'all watch me freaking shuffle, and yo, the Travelers. You got to be kidding me. Like, they're literally looking at globes and planning to travel. I don't even know if there's anything else to say for the vibe for Wednesday. This week just feels like there's a need to move. There's a need for movement, doing things, traveling, planning to travel. I'm going in the book because that's just too much of a coincidence to literally get a card that says the Travelers after getting a card from a different deck that said airplane and travel. Like, my gosh. All right. This don't even have a number on it. It just says the Travelers. Is this like the Fool? No, there's a Fool card in the deck. I don't know what this card is. All right. Let me go into the table of contents. Oh, there's a bonus card. Maybe that's what this is. That's nuts. I like this deck already. Yep, it's a bonus card. So the Traveler's card was created by the artist specifically for the Curious Travels. I forgot this deck is called the Curious Travels Tarot. It signifies forward motion and adventure. Literally, it signifies exactly what it says, in which we've been getting told for this whole week so far. And it's optional for me to put it in the deck, but I didn't know that. So here it is, because apparently we needed it to come out for this week. But no matter what, this card always has the same meaning. It says, you're bound for fresh experiences. It's important not to lose yourself in the wave of new opportunities and fresh faces. Okay. Take time to reflect on past memories and cherish them as you step into something new. Do your best to document these new adventures as you begin. Start a photo book, a video diary, or journal. Your future self will thank you for it. So by Wednesday, we're not in that lack energy. So possibly on Tuesday, many of you will make a decision to start to plan to move or to travel. And by Wednesday, you're already going to be in full swing, like feeling really good about this choice, making plans and preparations to do so. Let's get some little clarity for Wednesday. Wednesday says 50-50. At this time, things could go either way. So Wednesday, you might be still weighing your options either on where you want to go, where you want to move to. But with travelers here, it lets me know you're already in the swing of knowing I'm making a move or I'm traveling somewhere. But it's like you're still trying to decide, am I going to do this or do that? Am I going to go this way, go that way? And so that's fine. All right. Thursday's vibe. Thursday, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So there's some money that may show up on Thursday, okay? It might have been money that took a long time coming. It might not even feel like it's a whole lot, but it's going to be the start of something. So you might get money from something you didn't expect to get money from. And you might be like, oh, it's not that much, but it's going to help in that moment. But I'm seeing it as a seed. Like, look how the rider on the horse is looking at it. Like, look what I finally got. This is just the beginning. And he's taking his time to really enjoy and relish in just that. And that's what I'm feeling Thursday. It's a time for you to really sit and be like, look what I did, look what I got, and be in an energy of gratitude and appreciation. Okay, let's get a little double clarity. And Thursday, you got cake. It says celebration, ceremony, party, gathering with friends and family, honor, remember, recognize, graduation, anniversary, wedding, prom, birthday, award ceremony. So there is something worthy of celebrating coming in on Thursday. And it's probably that little coin you got in your hand that you're like, wow, I did this. I manifested this. I worked for this. It finally came in. And now I have a reason to say, wow, I did that. So it's very important on Thursday to be in an energy of gratitude. Like, be in an energy of gratitude, celebrate small accomplishments you made this week, because what it's going to do is it's going to bring in more opportunities to celebrate more things, more accomplishments manifesting. I feel like this week is going to feel like the culmination of a lot of work. You might almost feel like, oh my God, finally, is what I'm hearing. Like, if you've been working hard at a relationship, this week you're going to see a change in romance and intimacy. If you've been working hard on your home environment this week, you're going to feel the shift and the desire to refresh, rebuild, or move. If you've been wanting to travel this week, you're going to see the opportunities show up, like for you to begin to plan to travel. And the resources are going to show up as well. So as long as you stay in the energy of gratitude and not in a mindset of, oh my God, I got to hold on to this because I don't know when I'm going to get this money or opportunity again, then things will continue to flow. Just don't fall into a mindset of lack. Let's look at Friday's vibe. And we have the Hanged Man. However, it did come out reversed, but I am getting that for some of us on Friday, you might feel like you're paused for a minute. And why? I want to get a little clarity with Friday, because for some of you, you might have not been moving. And then Friday, there's some kind of epiphany that hits you that makes you say, okay, I know what I want to do now. So maybe that's from that 50-50, not really sure on Wednesday what you wanted to do exactly. By Friday, it feels like you're kind of like, you see something from another perspective, and it makes you decide to make a certain move. For some of you, may still need some time to see things from other angles and then see which is good for you. I'm going to pull one more tarot for Friday, and that's the Justice card. All right. So I feel like by Friday, you're going to feel balanced. You're going to feel like finally, like I said, I'm hearing the song in my head. I have to sing it. Finally, it happened to me right in front of my face, and I just can't hide it. So it's like some kind of excitement this week of finally feeling like you see things happening in your favor. And I do feel like it's your justice. A lot of you are getting karma, good karma that you worked for. Okay. So that might get you into an energy of feeling like, now I know what I want to do. Now I can make moves. Some of you may still be kind of hanging on, I don't know what I want to do. And that's because you may find you still have to get out of this mindset that things don't work out for you. Things don't go your way. All right. Another card wants to come off, but I'm going to Save that for the next day. And clarity, we have balloons, fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, aspirations, success, high perspective, attaining goals. Let it go. It's the last phrase here. So Friday, you're being told to let go of any past BS because this week is a total shift in energy. Everything is shifting. Everything is opening up for you that you've been wanting. So it's time for you. You're going to feel like you're rising. It's just going to be a time of really feeling joyful and higher perspective. I kept saying some of you may need to still shift your perspective. Get into this perspective of seeing things coming in and going your way, and let go of these memories of the past when maybe it didn't work out. Okay? Because that's the only way you're going to get your justice, and you're going to shift into making moves towards what it is you want to manifest. And lastly, I will pull a card for the following Saturday. And that is the Queen of Swords. By next Saturday, you're going to be feeling like, I got this. Whether you identify as masculine or feminine, you are going to be feeling like, I got my boundaries set. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I know what I'm going to tolerate. I know what I'm not going to deal with. I speak clearly. I communicate clearly. And I know what I know. I'm very wise, but I also am very humorous and have a good sense of humor. All right. I feel like by next Saturday, many of you are going to be standing on business, like feeling like you have completely transformed into a boss. And that doesn't have to mean like of a job, literally, just really feeling like you're the boss of your life. You're in control. You're finally getting your energy in control to match what you want to call in. And clarity for next Saturday. So interesting. I talked about the new moon's energy, and the new moon actually falls on Thursday this week. So that's interesting that it's like, I believe it's Thursday, the 24th. Yeah. So we're in the energy of the travelers. So that's just letting you know that many of you, the new beginning that this new moon is ushering in is you moving somewhere you've never been before, or traveling somewhere you've never been before. And there's a youthful energy for next Saturday. Breaking free, rebellious, trying new things out, finding self, just really discovering what it is that's fun for you, that you enjoy doing. And for some of you, it may require working with youth. Some of you may start to be interested in working with youth in some way. But for many of you, you're just going to really feel like you broke free from an energy that once had you feeling like, I can't do the things I want. I can't make moves forward. Others of you, probably like myself, in my age group, hormones may be a little next Saturday. So watch your vitamin intake. You know, that's why the physical was important this week. Make sure that you're taking care and keeping your hormones in balance, okay? In balance, not imbalanced. All righty. But that's what I got for the week. That's what I got for the vibe for the week. All right. It seems like a high vibe week. So, I forgot to put out there that if you wanted a card pull to send a donation, which I just assume because I do this every week, everybody knows. But if you're here now, I have a couple of minutes because I'm about to do a sound healing session that I need to record for an upcoming YouTube video. But if you're here live and you do want a card pull, let me know. All right, before I shut this down. I will pull a card pull for some clients I do feel are VIP clients that have booked personal readings with me and rarely come here asking for freebies. If you've been coming here asking for freebies a lot, then it's time to book a personal reading, okay? I'm going to pull a card for Caitlin Janaea, okay, VIP. I'm going to pull a card for Lay Knight, VIP. And I'm going to pull a card for Sunshine. Okay. And I'll pull a card for Diane Heckstall. Okay. Those are my VIPs today. If anybody else wants a card pull, I'm doing it on the house. You just have to put it in the comments. Hopefully I see it before I sign out. So just doing one card pull and a card for clarity for each person. Caitlin Janaea, you up first. I love saying your whole name. You got the Queen of Swords, and y'all just watch me shuffle. So, honey, yeah. What you have to say this week is going to be very important. Communicate your truth, set your boundaries, come from a place of love for self, and focus on what you want to experience in your life. Don't worry about hurting anyone with your truth, because it's the Queen of Swords upright. So it just means it's time for you to speak your truth. And your clarity card is still. Fine tune, develop things that develop over time, purifying things. So it does feel like you may be involved in something that takes time to cultivate, that takes time to fine tune and refine. It could be your taste in certain things or people, but it could also be maybe a relationship that needs time to cultivate. So that's your message for the week. My next VIP, put those cards back in because it might be the same for someone else. My next VIP is Late Night. I don't know if you're here. I'll pull a card for you. As I said, anybody else that wants a card pull, I'm doing them on the house right now until I sign off. So if you put it in the comments and I see it before I sign out, you get a card pull for the week ahead. All right, Late Night, you have the Five of Wands reversed. So I do feel with this Five of Wands reverse energy, you might be pulling yourself away from things that are dramatic or drama-filled or petty this week. You might find that there is conflict going on around you, or competitive energy, people trying to compete with you. Whatever the case may be this week, your advice is to pull your energy back from that. So you might need to take a break from social media. Maybe you've been on there too much, looking at other people, what they're doing, or there are people watching you that you don't realize are competing with you. But Late Night, your advice this week is to probably pull off of social media at least a day. I'm hearing really they're saying a day or two, and focus on honing your craft and then presenting yourself. Okay. Your clarifying card is Child. So they're saying do what you love. It's time to play. You might have a child this week demanding some attention, and you might find opportunities to learn and expand your learning from children. So I do see children playing a big part for you this week. Maybe there's going to be bickering between siblings or children in your household, or just pettiness, or maybe a child that kind of needs a lot of your attention. But I'm seeing you pulling yourself back from any energies that feel like it's conflicting or competitive or petty, and beneath you. And that's the advice for you. Don't let yourself get pulled into any competitive feelings. Get into an energy of youthfulness. Deal with your inner child, and you'll be fine. All righty. My next VIP is Sunshine. Now, if you're here and you're saying, hey, I've booked personal readings with her before, or I've done this, why am I not a VIP? VIPs are people who have not consistently gotten free card pulls. So like if you've been in my workshops, you've gotten personal readings, but whenever I'm here, you're asking questions, you're getting free card pulls, I'm not going to put you on a VIP today because I've done that for you already. These are people who rarely do that. All right. Sunshine, you have the Star, and it was reversed. So it's letting me know there's something you've been hoping for, and the universe is saying, keep your faith, keep the faith, and trust that you will receive what it is you're hoping for. Because right now there's like a little shaky feeling. They're saying this week you might start to feel a little hopeless, or you might lose some faith that you can actually attain what you desire. And they're saying you have to have blind faith. I see the star is blocking her face, her eyes. It's like you have to blindly believe that what you want is going to come in. And your clarity is cabin. So you might be feeling lonely. Is that what it is this week? You might feel separated or disconnected. Maybe maybe you're going to spend some time alone this week. Maybe you thought that you were going to be around people or visiting someone or staying somewhere where there were a lot of people, and instead maybe that's not happening. That plan is nipped. Whatever the case may be, it's causing you to worry that maybe you're going to be alone or separated or divided or kept apart from someone. And they're saying it can cause you to lose a little faith in something you've been wishing for. Try to maintain your faith and trust that everything is going to work out, and you'll see that even in spending some time alone, that it might be good for you in healing. And then when you come back from that time of seclusion, you might find that energetically you feel even better and things are great. All right. My last VIP, Diane Hextall, who I do need to give you a call. I know. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff, and I am always dealing with my stuff on my own. Even when I've reached out for help, I've been dismissed. So I've gotten into this hermit mode in the last few weeks of just dealing with myself and working on myself. And I reach out to the people who are usually there for me. And Caitlin, who is my first VIP, is one of them. But Diane Hextall, aka Mom, this is your card if you're here. You have the Page of Swords. So you do want to communicate, you want to talk. Maybe you feel like you need to speak a truth. Maybe you feel like you need to just have communication. Maybe you're already thinking about calling somebody or talking to somebody. But with the Page of Swords, either somebody's coming towards you to talk to you, probably me, because the page is someone younger, is coming to you with some truths to talk to you. And it's going to clear up some things. It looks like maybe you're in a fog, or that person felt like they were in a fog. They couldn't see things clearly. But some conversation this week is going to clear things up. And you have the Wheel of Karma. So some of what you've been going through has been because of karma. And maybe, not saying you've done bad things to people, but there may be things that had to take its toll, like it had to play out in order for you to learn something, in order for a cycle to be completed. And now it's saying cycles of luck and fortune are coming in. All right. So this week you might see might experience some luck. You might be like, wow, I didn't expect that. Somebody might give something. You might decide to travel somewhere or move. But there's just something lucky coming in after having a period where you felt like things just ain't going my way. All right. I will check the comments now. If I don't see anybody asking for card pulls, I will wrap this up. All righty. All right. I don't see anyone in the chat asking for any card pulls. Therefore, I'm sending y'all so much love and light. I'm going to wrap up this weekly forecast. And yeah, I will. Oh, I know who else I'll pull a quick card for, even though we just had a session last night, for a personal session, private. I'll pull a card for Afua. If you are here, you pull a card for Afua. That's another VIP. Okay. And I'm sorry if I'm forgetting some VIPs. If you're here, put in the comments like, hey, I was here. What's up? Okay. All right. So you got the Queen of Cups, Afua. A lot of emotional stuff this week for you. This new moon might it might activate some emotions coming to the surface. Okay. I'm going to give you some clarity with that real quick. The Hierophant. All right. Spiritual work necessary this week. Your focus should be on staying connected to spiritual ideals, tools. Use the tools that you got in my workshops, whatever you need to do, that they're going to keep you. For Hierophant, that's also a spiritual teacher. So it may be a need for you to do, maybe find a playlist or something you can do daily that gets your emotions to ground, that gets your emotions to relax. Okay. Because I do feel this new moon may stir up a lot of emotions, okay, feelings, but I do see spiritual calling this week. You got dynamite. So there's some passion and excitement coming up, but I also see breakup on this paper, but breakup that's a catalyst for change. So your temperament might be a little short this week as well, with people people. So sometimes we think, when we see emotions, we think like you might be sad a lot. Watch your emotions, you might be crying a lot. No, in your case, I'm seeing you having a short fuse this week with dynamite. So watch that you don't let people spark that fuse where they say something, they trigger you, and you're like, boom, on them. Okay. Remember your spiritual tools that help you to ground those emotions, but also with this Queen of Cups here, don't suppress them, because where you'll be suppressing them is in that heart center. And that's not a good place, because that's where the dynamite starts to grow. Like, as you're pushing it into the heart, your heart hold, and then you push it down further. And then it's in that womb area, sacral, your root chakra, and everything starts to get out of alignment. And so what you want to do is focus on things you're passionate about this week. Put your energy into that, and you'll see things start to happen really fast, like move in the direction that you want them to go in. Okay. But watch your temperament this week and stick close to your spiritual values, is your advice. Trying to think if I got any other VIPs that I think will check out this video, but can't think of anyone else. Sending y'all so much light and love on your journey through life, but specifically through this week. And oh, check out the latest video I got up. It's a message from the forest for light workers. So if you're drawn to it, check it out. It's deep. And the other thing, I will be live on my Facebook channel on Wednesday. I'm trying to think of the time, 5:55 p.m. or did I say 7? I can't remember, but you'll see the information up here. I'll be talking about Bonessa Journey to Guinea, West Africa, answering questions as well. The early bird ends August 1st. So if you want to catch those prices, get your deposits in, go to the website, thesumacenter.com, and got any questions, just message me. We've been growing. A lot of people are jumping on board. So that's making me really, really excited. And I'm staying in the energy of excitement to keep that momentum going. We do still have space for about 15 more people, because we want a big group this year. Usually I try to cut it off at 10, but this year I would like at least 20. That would be great, because we're bringing in the new year there for once. And I want it to be a really big, big group of us. So hit me up. The deadline to go on the trip is August 31st. As long as you have your deposit in by August 31st, I'm not sure if there's going to be an extension, so don't wait. If we fill up in spots, there will not be an extension past August 31st. And the deposit is $300. And after that, you're making monthly deposits towards your trip. That deposit goes towards the price of the trip. So it's not like you put down a deposit that's separate. Okay, 300 already, nip 300 off your trip. And then once you register, I assist you with finding cheap flights that other people will be on that are going on the trip as well. Those that are leaving from New York JFK can all fly in together. Yeah, you get a welcome packet, gives you all the information you need. So guys, manifest yourself in Guinea, West Africa, bringing in the new year. With the Suma Center, aminaheckstall Suma, as one of your guides. I will be offering STEAM and intuitive guidance on this retreat, but you'll also have opportunities to take cultural arts classes in dance, drum, visual arts, um, fashion design, and even hair, doing hair, okay, and cooking and language. So I'm really excited, excited, excited. Um, there's some that try to replicate, but this is the only Bonessa experience. Bonessa is a Susu word for peace, and I hope that you guys will join me there. I'm really excited about that. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about it, you know? Anyway, enjoy your week. Love y'all. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. Until next time, bye.